Did you know he was convicted in 2009 of felony assault of his then girlfriend Rihanna?
Yes. He's done some controversial things. We can't deny it. It's just true. It's obvious. We acknowledge that. Well, he's just one in a million.
Every time a black girl supports Chris Brown, an angel loses her wings.
If you're going to the Chris Brown concert this weekend in London, you're a big fat loser.
From the title, you know we're talking about Chris Brown. He is on the UK tour, and this has split the internet into two. Before the tour even happened itself, when he just arrived, the UK government already even imprisoned him because of one other violence that he put on top of somebody's head the other time he came. So that made the whole thing blow up. So this whole concert thing has split the internet into two. So there's a group that supports him, there's a group that is against him. And this actually made me to start thinking about, can we actually separate the art from the artist? That means, can we enjoy somebody's music, somebody's artistry, whether it is movies, books, can we enjoy it without, even though they have performed some harmful things against other people? Can we actually do that? So these two sides, we're going to explore them. So people on TikTok are bringing up things, giving up points, some essays about it. So before we get into it, hello everyone and welcome to Tea with Torkwase. Here we serve the hottest tea from the internet, from TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and sometimes X. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. I hope you enjoy your stay. Please check down to see if you've subscribed. If you haven't, please do like and share. So let's get into it.
Did you know he was convicted in 2009 of felony assault of his then girlfriend Rihanna?
Yes. Yes. I didn't know that.
Did you know he has a restraining order against him by another ex-girlfriend for threats?
No, I didn't know that actually.
No. Did you know he has been accused of rapes and further assaults?
Yes, but I've heard that they've banished it. No.
And did you know that he is currently on conditional bail for an alleged bottle attack in London 2 years ago?
I did hear about that, but I think the guy, I read it today, he has actually withdrawn his charges.
Did you know that? You know about that one, yeah.
I knew that one.
And so how does it all make you feel, you know?
I enjoy his music. I think he's an amazing dancer, and what he's done, I think he's paid enough for his problems or whatever. And I just go because I like his concert music, dancing. Yeah, I just find him, and he's pretty cute to look at. Well, sad obviously, it's horrible, but it's a long time ago, people can change. I mind my own business, to be honest. Yeah. I like his music, that's why I'm here. I've liked his music forever, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I feel like nobody has the perfect relationship behind closed doors, and I feel like because he's in the limelight, he gets a lot more hate for it, and I'm not condoning anything he's done, but Rihanna has done an interview saying they were having a fight, so as far as I'm concerned, we're both as bad as each other, and we're just here for the vibes.
He's done some controversial things. We can't deny it. It's just true. It's obvious. We acknowledge that. Well, he's just one in a million. We need to give him his flowers.
Rihanna's forgiven him. I like to support the woman, but we don't know. She could have been crazy as well. Women can actually hurt men as well.
The wrong actions were done by him, were not to me.
Have you not been in a toxic relationship? Sorry. It's life.
To be clear.
Well, he still currently needs to go back to court in October over it. How do you generally feel about that?
Oh, as long as I say him right, I'm not bad.
Yeah. So are you aware of kind of his history and things like that?
It was years and years and years and years ago.
Chris Brown, for me, he's just a GOAT, man. He loves Michael Jackson himself. That just says everything.
He's human, right? And humans make mistakes. Humans learn from those mistakes and stuff.
I thought the guy took the charge, he let the charges go or whatever.
No, so he pled not guilty.
Okay.
But he is back in court.
Okay. But we don't know what happened. Maybe the guy started it, but because he's famous, people are going to point fingers at him.
I feel like if the person who he did it to has forgave him and moved past it, then it's not for me to judge it.
I do have mixed feelings about it. If he wasn't famous, he'd probably still be in prison.
But when you see other people progressing in life and you see other people achieving things that you maybe want to achieve, you can get a little bit jealous.
So here is the argument from this side. So side A is saying art lives beyond the artist. So some people feel like the work takes on its own meaning once it has been put into the world. Also, this side A are saying we are all flawed. So no one is perfect, and that shouldn't mean their entire careers get erased. They're also saying personal impacts. So this means that a song or a film might mean something deeply personal to someone, regardless of who made it. And some people are saying, oh, he has changed. Did he tell you that he has changed? Anyway, before I bring my own thoughts into it, let me just look at it, give you all the facts first. So you're saying he has changed. So some fans believe that the artist has grown and apologized and deserves a second chance. So now let's bring out some of the people that are on side A. And if you are from side A, please put in the comments, I am side A. Okay? Let's do this. Before I play the video, so from what we have so far, from all the things we have so far, if you're side A, put side A.
Now he cheats on me and all, but I love him, I do. And when he hits me, like, he doesn't really mean it. He just loses control. Like, that's not his fault. Do you know what I mean, Jerry?
Do you know what I'm seeing a lot of this week, and it's none of my business, but it's starting to get on my nerves. People are slating people for going to the Chris Brown concert because he's an abuser. Let people live and enjoy. Do you think people were going to the concert to enjoy his personality? My darling, they were going to enjoy his music. 90% of celebrities are awful human beings. What are we going to do? We're going to stop watching movies. We're going to stop listening to music. We're going to stop watching our favourite soap because one person did something. Let people enjoy the entertainment industry. Fucking hell. That's why us in the Western world, we're so unhappy because we're always criticising and we're always watching what someone else is doing. I saw a women's rights Instagram post today. If you went to Chris Brown, you should be ashamed of yourself. Get a grip. Let people live and enjoy. Why are you always policing what other people should be doing? If it makes them happy, they want to go and see Chris Brown perform, let them go and see Chris Brown perform. What, are we going to vet every artist that we listen to their music? Oh, did they do this in their past? Did they do that in their past? Before we can actually enjoy their music? Come on. This generation is way too sensitive and we need to get a grip. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. If it makes them happy, let them, because life is for living, okay?
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make this video for everybody that's like, oh, you support an abuser, you're supporting Chris Brown, he's an abuser. Half of the artists that you lot listen to, yeah, have murder cases that are unsolved. You wanna come for me for listening to Chris Brown? Let me just do my lip liner while I chat this truth, yeah? Just because one person has a more public record of the shit that they've done doesn't mean the people that you support and listen to don't have demons in their closet, because I can guarantee half of the rap game, half of the grime game, half of the people that be doing all of this drill music have more M charges in their back pocket than abuse charges that Chris Brown has. Also, I listen to his music. I'm not his fucking lawyer. I'm not out here to tell him what and what not to do, what's going to cause him public grief and not. I'm here to enjoy the music. That's all I am, a consumer of the music. I've listened to the guy since I was 16. Get a fucking life, man. Coming up in the comment. Oh, you support a man that abuses women. Oh, he's going to abuse you. He makes good music. That's all I'm here for. If you want to throw allegations left, right and centre to make yourself feel better and make yourself feel like a fucking Mother Teresa, go for it, darling. I get it's people's personal choice to feel the way that they want to feel. But if you don't like who someone supports, don't go policing it. End of. I'm happy to listen to anyone's opinion when they come up respectfully and they say it. But when you're in the fucking comments going on and on and on and on, oh my God, get alive. Just because I listen to Chris Brown doesn't mean I support domestic violence. All right, stop making the two be absolute correlation, because it's not true. Out here trying to make people look bad mind for no reason. Go get a day job.
My favorite interaction with Chris Brown happened on July 4th. My brother and Chris Brown have a mutual friend who's also in the entertainment industry, and that person was throwing a July 4th kickback. Towards the evening, I was already having a bad day, but I went with my brother to try to just pick myself up and get out. I was sitting by myself and I heard someone say, hey, Smile. I look up and it's Chris Brown. I started like chuckling a little bit and I said, geez, I'm smiling. And he said, are you okay? I said, yes, I'm okay. Thank you so much. It's just been a day. He's incredibly intuitive, so kind, so thoughtful. His interaction helped pull me out of me going down a little spiral. What I also loved about our interaction is I knew he had no idea that him and my dad have done business before. Didn't know who my godfathers were. It was just him genuinely seeing someone that looked a bit down at a July 4th kickback and was checking in. I'm so thankful, I'm a fan, and I'm so excited to go to Breezy Bowl.
If Chris Brown called me on the stage yesterday to do the Take You Down dance, I would have gone on stage easily. I would have participated. I would have licked his sweat. I would have done all of that, even though I'm happily married. All of it and more. Who said that? Who said that?
What celebrities do you think deserve an apology from the public and why?
And this might be controversial, don't at me, but Chris Brown. A lot of people feel like, oh, he's so wrong for what he did to Rihanna and this, that, and the third, but Rihanna forgave him. Y'all are the only one who care about what happened years ago. He's moved on and became a way better person than what he was. People judging him based off his past, and it's like, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I condone that type of stuff, but in the end of the day, from what I've seen and heard, it was also like she did things to antagonize that. If I had sons, I would raise them to not put their hands on women, but don't ever let a woman disrespect your boundaries to put her hands on you, spit on you, because there are women who will take advantage of the fact that you won't put your hands on a woman
and
they'll
take it
sit there and be
overboard.
punching you in your face, slapping you up, spitting on you, all types of stuff, and I'm not gonna allow my son to go through nothing like that. So I feel like he deserves an apology for all the stuff that people are on him about still to this day. So I may be biased and I may not feel the same way, but actually, let me scrap that. Scrap that. It doesn't make any sense. Because even if you're saying that he is talented, and are we going to continue to police people? Are we going to have to check before we listen to any music and all that? Nobody said you should live your life like that. This girl said, okay, she's been listening to music since she was 16. Okay. When you're 16, your brain obviously is not fully developed. So nobody's expecting you to be like conscious of things like that. But when you know about it and when you know that this is not just a one-time thing, because people keep on referring to Rihanna. Rihanna's thing happened in 2009. If she said, okay, they were fighting each other, all right. But this is a pattern of abuse. He has abused people, both male and female. All right. So this is not like a one-time thing that you say, okay, he apologized. It's not. That's not the case. Okay. So nobody's saying that you should decide not to listen to anybody's music, because you cannot tell me that there is no other person on this planet, like on this world, that be in this world, that doesn't produce another good music. Like there's no other good musician or good artists that exists. No, you cannot. You can literally not tell me. And the fact that we don't have enough good artists, according to you, is because people like him are taking over the space. If there's a specific space for good artists, he is taking over the space. There are other artists, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. There are other artists. So you cannot say, okay, oh, we can never. Do you know how many songs, how many movies that are there to watch other than what abusers have released? Use those, watch those, listen to those. Like that doesn't actually sit well with me. And also to the ones that are saying, oh, he has paid his dues. Accountability it's not a one-time thing. If you are claiming to be accountable for, let's say you killed somebody, let's say you got 4 years in prison and you came out. If you kill another person, you are going back into the prison, and it's a different cycle of accountability you're going to be handling there. Like it's not a one-time thing that I don't even know if he actually went to prison for any of these things that he did, but it is not a one-time thing. If he continues to do it, he will continue to get those charges and he will continue to have to serve the time for those. And we already know that we don't hold people that are rich or wealthy as accountable as people that are not as rich as them. So you know already that the justice system is already skewed against or skewed towards the people that have money. So the accountability is not the same as somebody that doesn't have as much as him. And finally, before I go into the team B, imagine if these people, if it was her sister or it was their sisters that faced, or brothers, because he has also abused men as well. Imagine if it's their family member that this thing happened to. Do you think that they're actually going to keep on listening to this man's music? Anyway, part B, or team B. So team B are of the opinion that you cannot separate the music from the art from the artist. And here are some of the points. You are funding them by listening to their songs. Every time you listen to their music, whether on Apple, whatever, whether on YouTube Music, anytime you listen to it, you are literally funding that person's lifestyle. And it is that lifestyle that protects them, that acts as a shield to allow them to continue to abuse people. Okay? So listening or streaming to them. And the funny thing, I saw also when I was getting my videos, this video ready, I saw that you can pay him $1,200 or $1,500. I think there's different rates because I saw different numbers, but it's around 1,100 to 1,500. You can pay him to have a photo shoot with him afterwards. At this point, I need to open GoFundMe because it looks like people just have money to throw away. So you can pay him to. So you're literally giving him the ammunition to go and abuse people. So that is the team B's argument. So they're also saying fame protects them. So their platform often helps them to avoid consequences. What I just said, this money will insulate them from the actual consequence of their action. The accountability that you are talking about is you are not allowing them to be accountable because they have enough money to escape that accountability. What are we talking about with Epstein? Do you know the people that are on the list? You obviously know that it's not some random Tom, Dick, and Harry that was flying in his aircraft or that was visiting his island. Are you seeing the backflips that even the president of a country is doing because there's a possibility that he is also on that list? So money, power will insulate these people from the accountability that you people are all shouting about. Anyway, it sends the wrong message. So it tells the fans and victims that talent matters more than accountability. That is self-explanatory. The harm is ongoing. In many cases, the person hasn't truly changed. They just got better at image control. All right? So let's play those videos of people that are in side B. If you think you're in side B, drop it in the comments. And let me know also what you think about, like, if I've not mentioned something that you are thinking about, let me know in the comments.
Chris Brown recently did some concerts in England, and someone interviewed a bunch of people before they went in, and they read out his crimes to them, and they just didn't care. And, like, I don't know how to say this without sounding mean, but, like, all those people, they look like they'd be Chris Brown fans. I'm talking across the board, regardless of age or gender. They just always look like Chris Brown fans, you know? And every Chris Brown fan kind of sounds the same. Every time that you mention that he might have done something shady, all of his fans go, oh, well, you know, that Rihanna thing got cleared up years ago and it's really not that bad. And it's like, why are you that defensive, bro, about some guy who doesn't even know you?
A huge favour for the Chris Brown concert in Glasgow tomorrow. I'm just wondering if anyone's got a big arrow sign. I just want to go down and stand at the entrance and write big fat losers. Just so everybody knows where they're going. Even one that said absolutely brain-rotted cunts on it. You know, I just want to be helpful and make sure they know where they're going, you know?
If you're going to the Chris Brown concert this weekend in London, you're a big fat loser. I literally could not believe my ears when I heard in this big 2025 someone defending Christopher Maurice Brown. And it made me wonder whether people genuinely do not give a crap that he's literally just an awful human being, or if they just don't know. Which, by the way, I find very hard to believe, but you know what? I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I put my lawyer hat on and I decided to tell you exactly why I do not like Chris Brown. Let's start with the one that everyone loves to start with. 2009, Chris Brown violently assaults Rihanna. We've seen all the images, and no, I refuse to put them up again because you know what they look like. Google is free. And if you really want to see how people truly don't give a crap about violence against women, just bring up this case. He shoved her head into a window, punched her, bit her, choked her until she passed out, and told her that he was going to kill her. He pled guilty to felony assault and was sentenced with community labor, 5 years probation, which meant that within that time he needed to be arrest-free. Don't know how he didn't get arrested again after, but whatever. And he had to attend a domestic violence counselling. A year went by, he attended the counselling, and he made this lovely tweet saying that boys run from their mistakes and men learn from them. And what makes me sick is that you lot ate that shit up. But of course, we can't let a young, talented man ruin his career because of one mistake. Okay, let's not. Let's ruin it because of the next ones. Fast forward to his next girlfriend, Karrueche, and shocker, shocker, he does the same crap again. I guess that domestic violence course wasn't that educating after all. In 2017, Karrueche got a 5-year restraining order against him. She testified that he punched her in the stomach twice, pushed her down the stairs, threatened to kill her, where does that sound familiar? Threatened her friends and family, and poured a drink over a friend of hers. Lovely human being. Now let me be abundantly clear. Courts do not give out restraining orders easily. It is not a casual affair at all. A lot of the time they're denied when they really need to be granted. And 2, the fact that it was a 5-year restraining order shows that there was a real and ongoing threat. Take that in. And unbelievably, as if we hadn't learned from the last situation, people were still saying the same crap. She's clout chasing and trying to ruin his reputation. I think he's doing all right on his own with that one. If she was scared, why did she stay? Why are we still getting questions and statements like that in regards to abuse? If you're still asking questions like that, look at yourself, because I have nothing to say. Since we're here, let's just do a quick breakdown of a few of his more notable cases and allegations. 2013, he assaults a man in DC for asking to take a photo. Pled guilty to a misdemeanor. 2016, he punches model Lizaine Gutierrez in the face at a hotel. Settled in court. 2016 again, he allegedly points a gun at Bailey Curran. He's arrested, but no charges are filed. 2016 again, big year. His own manager, Michael Gerges, sues him for punching him and locking him in a room. Settled privately. 2017, he's sued after a party where women were allegedly drugged, coerced, and forced into sexual acts with him and some of his buds. Settled outside of court. 2019, he's arrested in Paris. Once again, he's accused of drugging and raping a woman with him and some friends again. But he was released with no charges as there was insufficient evidence. And he raised a defamation lawsuit against her, but the lawsuit just magically disappears. 2021, police are called to his LA home with, again, reports of him hitting a woman during an argument, but no charges are made. 2022, yet another woman accuses him of drugging and raping her at Diddy's house, and a $20 million lawsuit is filed, but then later dropped. Make of these what you will. But all I know is, if I was an innocent person and had nothing to hide, I wouldn't be settling with no one anywhere. Personally, I always find it very interesting whenever the public speaks about a settlement as if it proves someone's innocence. Because in my eyes, it does almost the complete opposite, almost. But that's a different story for another day. Let's continue. And listen, Chris Brown does not discriminate. Even your other favourite artists aren't safe from his violent clutches, allegedly. In 2013, we hear of him allegedly attacking Frank Ocean because of a parking space. And in 2023, a whole 10 years later, there were reports of him getting a bit handsy with Tiana Taylor. And when Usher tried to intervene, allegedly, Chris's crew decided to jump him. Allegedly. Just a wonderful person, eh? No, but in all seriousness, every couple of years is a new woman, a new headline, headline, a new lawsuit, new punch, kick, whatever the hell it is. Even as we speak in 2025, a couple of months ago, he's facing a trial for grievous bodily harm. The worst type of harm, because he bottled someone in the head in Manchester in a nightclub. This man is the epitome of pretty privilege and talent getting you places. Because at what point is it just too much? Where is the line for when you separate the art from the artist?
Hi girls, if you have posted that you've got Chris Brown tickets and you plan on going to see Chris Brown, please never fucking talk to me again. Also, I don't want to see you posting essay awareness. Clown alert, you're a clown. On a serious note, what society are we living in? What society are we living in? I thought we established that Chris Brown was a weirdo. And I don't want to hear the comments, by the way, go, there's two sides to every story. So he made a documentary himself and y'all are eating that up. You guys are fucking weird. He never did anything to me. Okay. I feel very uncomfortable around you. Crazy how the biggest thing people say when someone comes out about something is that false accusations ruin a man's life. Bro, being fucking proven to be bad doesn't ruin a man's life.
He tried to push her out of the vehicle. When he was unable to because she was wearing a seatbelt, he shoved her head into the passenger seat window and then punched her left eye and started driving away, continuing to punch her with his right arm, her mouth filled with blood. When she fake called her assistant and said her assistant was going to call the police, he said, "You did the stupidest thing ever. Now I really am going to kill you." Then he punched her face and arm and applied pressure to her carotid artery, causing her to lose consciousness. That is just part of the police report of what Chris Brown did to Rihanna. So when you're rooting for him to win a Grammy, just remember that.
Okay, no, but can we talk about it? Because it's the way that my IG comments from this same video are filled with black women who Chris Brown wouldn't even poke on Facebook with his colorist ass, defending him and talking about, you wouldn't want someone holding your past behaviors against you. Excuse me. My past behaviors don't include pushing a woman down the stairs, punching a woman in the stomach, biting a woman in her face. What the hell is going on? I literally have a black woman who in her bio says she is a DV advocate in the comments of this IG video talking about forgiveness and giving people the space to grow and evolve beyond their past mistakes. As a DV advocate, one woman even said in defense of him, "You are mad as if you're the one he abused." And that's what it is. Y'all said the quiet part out loud. For a lot of y'all who are defending this man, the only reason why y'all are preaching forgiveness and moving on is because he wasn't laying hands on you. A lot of y'all don't care about his victims because they aren't you or somebody you know personally. So because he didn't throw you down a flight of stairs, we should all give him grace and a chance to evolve and show his growth. Okay. Because he isn't nor hasn't stalked you, we should leave it in the past. Okay. And because he hasn't bit you in the face, we should mind our business. Okay. With how prevalent domestic violence is amongst black women, seeing so many of y'all cape for and defend a well-known, well-documented abuser concerns me so much. It's way too many of us being abused and unalived at the hands of abusive men for y'all to be caping this hard for a man who has a documented pattern of abusive behavior. Like, what is really going on?
So I have a theory, okay? Just hear me out. I think that these women, they're not just saying this because it is not them that it's happened to. They're saying it because they think that they have a chance with Christopher. So I think they're saying it so that when they get the chance to be his girlfriend or wife, you will not be like, oh, you said before that you don't support him, but how come you are agreeing to be his girlfriend or his wife? It, I need a tin hat, a tin foil. I think I'm coming up with conspiracy theories because it does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like my brain cannot know when there's nonsense around me. my brain repels it. And I think it's the same mentality with people that when when Trump was saying that anyway, let me not go into politics. Shum, chum, 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 chum. I think that's the mentality. If you are thinking what I'm thinking, if you actually agree with me, let me know in the comment section.
Every time a black girl supports Chris Brown, an angel loses her wings. And every time that woman is a dark-skinned black woman, that angel loses her mind. Because after years of well-substantiated, well-documented instances where he commits harm against other people, but specifically black women, coupled with his own verbal confirmation that he doesn't like dark-skinned black women, we all continue to stand there. It makes no sense. And sometimes great people do bad things, and sometimes bad people do great things. But I can't tell you the last song Chris Brown had to earn this much support in 2023. Like, public places are still playing his songs from the 2010s because that's the last time he had a hit that wasn't to someone's face. Like, it's actually crossed the line from deeply upsetting to just confusing to see so many black women, but specifically dark-skinned black women, continue to support him. Because y'all are standing in solidarity with someone who would only stand next to you in order to literally punch you in the jaw.
Because he looks good. Because I think, but I also no, but as in like, if people have an idea of what an abuser is and looks like, and then I think to admit that somebody who is a talented, good-looking dancer, so to put out this amazing music, is also done lots of evil stuff, you have to rethink everything because you're like, oh shit. However, how many other talented, good-looking people in my life are also abusers?
It's not even that, because here's one thing that the internet is actually starting to piss me off, and I'm like, like some people make comments, blah blah blah, but I'm not too sure what it is. Like, maybe people are so horny. I don't know. Maybe people aren't having sex enough. I'm not too sure what's going on. We can't fancy everyone, because even the guy that just got arrested for the riots, why are the girls saying, no, I would... Please stand the fuck up.
We don't have time to get into this.
We're looking at a racist rioter, and you're saying, oh, he's so pretty. Please.
I think... Please. I think, but I think this is like the rise of Instagram and social media in the last, 10 years. There's some psychological thing there with, looks and the way that people act, the way that people treat things. Like, sometimes people are extra kind or extra cruel based on how they look. But the fact that he's got such beautiful eyes, how could he do this? It's like him having
beautiful eyes
has no bearing on his personality, his actions. And I think we need to remember, beautiful people can be evil. Ugly people can be lovely. It actually makes no difference. You actually have to wait and see. But I think people treat people. It can go either way.
Yeah, it's called the halo effect. The halo of an angel. The halo effect, where you think someone that looks good cannot do something bad, or even when you see them physically do something bad, in your mind you'll be like, oh, how can... At this point, you know what I have discovered? You cannot save everybody. You just cannot. I was not trying to save everybody, but I think some people have to be left behind. Okay? Some people have because these are the kind of people that the men will show you the red flag. In fact, they are putting on head to toe red, red, red. These are the same people that will still go into that relationship and then come online to be like, oh, this is what he did to me. And then when people on the internet were like, oh, leave him, you come back tomorrow and say, oh, no, it's not that bad. I don't want to insult people this afternoon. It's not afternoon. This is actually 2 a.m. I don't want to insult people this morning, okay? I don't want to. Anyway, I'm sure by now you already know what side of the fence I sit on. But personally, I don't really believe that you can separate the art from the artist. Not when fame and money actually insulate this and make them untouchable to the same accountability that people are talking about. So to me, it's all connected. It's not just the music. It's also, this money gives them the power again to PDD, to Epstein. Examples are too many at this point. And support equals silence. So every stream or post makes it easier for them to keep doing harm without facing consequences. I get that the music might mean something to you, but I think at some point we have to ask, at what cost?
You want to know why your favorite artists and celebrities never recover from abuse scandals? It's because they want us to forget. Well, quite frankly, we are not obligated to forget at all. They go on these boohoo crocodile tear tours, acting like these things were one-off incidents. No, the hell they weren't. Tell the truth. Say it with your chest. I'm an abuser and I'm unlearning, and here's how I'm doing so. They don't advocate for victims. They don't even donate to victims. I want to see real panels, talks, foundations, organizations. I want you to be speaking to them about how to unlearn the behavior. Schools, how to unlearn the behavior. What are you teaching the next generation about how to not repeat those patterns? If you're really sorry, if you're really apologetic, if you've really unlearned, if you're really rehabilitated, prove it. Don't just say sorry. Sorry, it was one time. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And quite frankly, nobody is obligated to forgive nobody. Nobody's obligated to support your music. Nobody's obligated to support your art in any way, especially if you've proven to be marked as unsafe. So, you really want to put your money where your mouth is? Do more than say, sorry, please forgive me. Show people how to not turn out like you.
Until I see that, until I see him having a foundation. See, this is not some, we cannot even pretend that this is one incident. We cannot even pretend that it's one incident. So this is not even relevant to him. But the part that's relevant to him is, if you really are saying that this is not who you are, which we definitely know is you, but if we're saying, okay, you have changed, how are you, what are the steps you are taking? You cannot just come and say sorry and then repeat the same thing after 2 years, sometimes 6 months, repeat the same thing. Because I'm sure that there are other incidents that have happened but have not been reported. I'm sure that there are some of them. So if I don't actually think, like I will actually go and listen to his music, but for the people that actually like his music, or for just general artists artists in general, whichever form it takes, if you really think you are sorry, if you are really sorry, take all these extra steps and make sure you're teaching the next generation not to turn out to be you. Okay? So yeah, that's where I stand. But I know that this is a big topic, and it has some big opinions on both sides. So what do you think? Can you truly separate the art from the artists? Or does supporting the art always mean supporting the person behind it? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.